Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout out goes to Batan and Latoha Fam. Both were first to say first in one of my recent videos, and both win the shout out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with a review of a new drone, the LYZRC L106. Now, what is the L106? Well, and why was interested in reviewing it? First off, this particular drone has GPS, GLONASS. It also has a 2-axis gimbal. And the reason I was interested in it is under 250 grams at 249 grams. Why is that important? Well, this particular drone does not require registration in most countries. Okay, there are some countries that are going to require it because it has a camera. I know that some countries require all drones with a camera to be registered, but most countries will not require you to register this particular drone. It is folding. It's a folding drone. It snaps open and shut like so. Also, before we go on, I always forget to do this, so I'm going to do it right now, is it comes with a very nice carrying case for the drone and its accessories that you can put inside there. Okay, I mentioned it's GPS GLONASS. That means this drone will be capable of returning to home automatically and landing on loss of signal, on command through the controller, or on low battery power if you have low battery. Let's see, other things about it. It does have an optical flow sensor in the belly to help. You can actually fly this indoors if you wish with this optical flow sensor, and if you have sufficient light. What this does is the sensor looks at the ground directly below the drone and uses the view that it sees to help maintain its position if it doesn't have GPS signal. And other things about it, it does of course come with brushless motors up here to control this drone. Make sure I might be lying, folks. I'm sorry. These are brushed motors. I did not realize that. These are not brushless motors. This is a brush motor drone. And maybe that helps explain one of the reasons why it is a relatively low-cost drone in this price range. So this is a brushed motor drone, folks. I thought that was brushless, but they are brushed. Other things about it, it comes with 7.4 volt, 1600 milliamp hour battery. So using this rather small, it's kind of a small battery, folks, 1600 milliamp hour battery. This should give you up to 60 minutes flight time. But why did they include this battery? That is one of the ways that they are keeping the weight of this drone down below 249 or 250 grams, using a smaller than normal battery, and also using these small brushed motors in here to provide to keep the weight down on the drone. Let's see, other things. Yeah, let's talk about the batteries. You know, this only gives you about 60 minutes flight time. If you want to fly longer, I recommend purchasing additional spare batteries at the time of purchase to keep you in the air. But again, since this has brushed motors, I recommend that you also provide at least 15 minutes of flight time or rest time between flights before doing follow-on flights to prevent damage to the motors. Now, one other thing about the battery, it is charged through a micro USB port right there, using a micro USB cable. I recommend using a wall charger to charge this battery to keep the charge time to a minimum. You know, charging through laptops usually takes quite a long time because laptop or computer USB ports are generally not sufficient power to charge these in a reasonable amount of time. Okay, other things about it. Now let's talk about its gimbal. It has a 2-axis stabilized gimbal, as I mentioned. Okay, for a brushed motor GPS drone, it has a 2-axis stabilized gimbal. But one thing about it, and there are other things I'm going to bring up about this drone. This particular gimbal has a ribbon cable it's kind of a long ribbon cable, and that prevents this gimbal from tilting up or down. This does have tilt control through the controller, but this long ribbon cable that they install with it interferes with that up and down tilt. So unfortunately, I will not be able to demonstrate tilt control, because once I do, that pushes the camera down, and the camera will not be able to come back up again because of the resistance to the ribbon. I had to actually push the ribbon down with I had a little pin that helped me push that ribbon cable down so that I could actually view the horizon with this drone instead of looking at the ground. Again, that's something that the LYZRC should look into prevent, that's a design flaw of this particular drone, having too long of the ribbon cable to install it on that thing. But let's talk what other things about it. Now, this is advertised with a 4K camera, and also, as usual in this price range, this is a toy drone, folks. Let's say that right now. This is a toy drone with GPS 2-axis gimbal. Okay. Do not expect true 4K video from a toy drone, especially in this price range. You're not going to get it. The true video that you get from this, that's first off, let's mention there is no SD card slot. The SD card slot that you normally would have here, this is false. Okay, do not put an SD card in there. You will lose it. Okay, the way this records video, it records video through Wi-Fi, 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, directly to your phone using the app. Okay, and that video is only 720p video at 17 frames per second. Okay, it does, now the way they're advertising 4K, it does record a photo at 4096 by 3072 pixels. They're calling that 4096 still photo 4K. But I think that photo is interpolated. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's interpolated from a much lower resolution, so that is not true 4K. Okay, other things about it. Now, I mentioned the issues with this particular drone. First off, there is no instruction manual for the drone. Okay, I had to figure this out from past experience with other drones, how to use this particular drone. It's not really hard. Once you've seen one of these drones, you've seen them all. But again, no instruction manual. The only instructions you get is for the app. Now let's talk about that. You get 2 instruction manuals for 2 different apps. One for RC Pro, I believe this was RC GPS, and the other one was LW Pro. RC GPS did not work at all with this app, with this particular drone. Okay, so you can toss that one away. LW Pro is able to pick up FPV video from the drone. Okay, so you can use this drone for seeing FPV video. However, I was not able to view any telemetry information, and I'm not certain that it's going to work for the advanced flight control features. Now, this is supposed to have advanced flight control features of circle me, follow me, and waypoints, but I'm kind of doubtful because there are bugs with that app. There are quite a bit of bugs with that app. First off, it's in Chinese. You can't switch to English. I tried doing it. I found the section where you do switch the languages to English, but it wouldn't take. Again, no telemetry. And finally, the video that it's recording to your phone is in black and white. I don't know why, but it records in black and white. Although the video that I record with Mobizen, the screenshot, the video that you actually see on the screening of your phone looks really good. It is 720p, but it's in nice color. Nice. Just looks real nice. Much better than what's recorded to your phone through the app. So there are bugs with the app, LYZRC. I strongly recommend that you correct those bugs with that app if you would want to sell this drone. It's important. I mentioned this is a 5 gigahertz drone. You are going to need a phone with 802.11 AC Wi-Fi to use this phone. As usual, let me stress that not everybody has 802.11 AC. Before purchasing this drone, first verify that your phone indeed does have 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. And the way to do that is first, or just Google your phone's model name along with the terms 802.11 and specifications, and see if 802.11 AC shows up in the search results. Okay, let's talk about the controller. This is the controller. Again, it doesn't have an instruction manual, but I've seen this controller before. What you get is you get the on-off switches right here. Now this controller beeps when it connects to the drone, and it also beeps, and you also get 2 lights here when the GPS has sufficient satellites to take off. So wait until this beeps and you see 2 lights. And also the backlights of this drone will change from flashing green to a steady green when you do have sufficient satellites to take off, when it's ready, the GPS is ready to go. Okay, other buttons on this controller, you can adjust the rates of the drone by moving the scroll wheel here to make it fly faster if you wish. This again pushes the, or can adjust the tilt angle of the camera up or down. But again, I am not going to touch that because if I do, I'll be looking at the ground because of that ribbon cable. You can start and stop a video by holding down this button here and take a photo by a quick press of this button here. But I recommend using the app because, well, I'll try to use this button out in the field because the app seems to be a little more dependable to start and stop videos, but it does show you if you are recording or not by holding this button down here. This button here is for activating return to home and landing on command if you wish. This button here is for calibrating the gyros on the drone. If you wish to fly using the optical flow sensor only, you press that button while the drone's on a flat level surface and it will calibrate the gyros. This button here is for activating compass calibration, which you must do before each and every flight. You know, when you put a new battery in, always do a compass calibration first. I'll show how to do that once we go out into the field. And this button here is for turning the GPS off if you want to fly this in sport mode, in altitude only. This button here is for activating the headless mode if you want to fly with headless mode. And this button here is for automatic takeoff and automatic landing. And finally, other things you get in, again, you either get 1, 2, or 3 batteries depending on what you purchase. And also you get a little bag with spare propellers, the charging cable for charging the drone, or charging the batteries, and this little micro screwdriver, micro Phillips screwdriver for changing these propellers. So that's the LYZRC L106. Let's take it out into the field and see how it flies. So hope you enjoy this flight. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with the review of the LYZRC L106 249 gram drone. Okay, we are out here at Pleasant Ridge Park on a little bit of an overcast day, but I got to fly today, folks, because the rest of the week's going to be really windy. So, okay, let's get this into the air. First thing we need to do is start it up. And to start it up, you need to press the on-off switch on the back until you hear the ESCs chirp. Well, I guess they don't chirp. They just, lights light up green, start flashing. And then put it on a flat level surface to enable the gyros to sync. And also that 2-axis gimbal also is going to calibrate at the same time. Okay, and the next thing we need to do is bind the transmitter to the drone. And you turn on the transmitter and you hear the double beeps. That means it's now bound to the drone. And the front red lights stop flashing when the drone is bound. But the green lights in the back are still flashing because it's looking for satellites right now. But first we also want to do the compass calibration. And to do that we press this button here. And now all the lights are flashing rapidly. The green and the red lights. What we need to do now, and you need to do this every flight, folks, is do a horizontal rotation like so while those lights are flashing rapidly until we hear a beep. Okay? Green lights are now steady. Front lights are still flashing. So you go vertically like this and continue rotating until we hear a second beep. Okay? And now the red lights are flashing slowly, but all lights are flashing. So we got to put it on the ground again. That means the gyros. Okay, now we heard that second beep. We are completed. Red lights are solid red, backlights are flashing slowly green. Right now it's looking for satellites, and now it's found them because the backlights are solid green. We are ready to fly, in effect. But first I need to connect my drone's, or my phone's Wi-Fi signal, or Wi-Fi to the drone's Wi-Fi signal, and then open that LW Pro app. So hold on, folks, while I do that. Okay, this is the LW Pro app, available in Google Play and iTunes. And as you can see, everything is in Chinese. And there is an option to switch it back, the third one down, to English. But even if you do switch it to English, and I'm trying to break back out of that. There we go. It does not change. Okay, so there are some issues with this app. Actually, there are a lot of issues with this app. But to start fly, that's the bottom selection. Hitting the bottom selection, and we see we have FPV reception, as you can see here. One thing about it, notice in the upper left corner where we're seeing the telemetry data, there is no telemetry data from the drone. So that's something LYZRC is going to need to fix with this particular drone. I am going to record screen recording I am going to record the video from this drone, but I want you to see that I'm going to demonstrate it for a bit, but you'll see that there are some issues with not the screen recording, the recording from the drone, okay, that's going to my phone. And in fact, it's black and white, okay. But the screen recording from, the FPV video that I'm seeing looks fine. So we're going to starting the video. Actually, let me stop the video. Before we do that, I want to take a photo first. But let's get to the air first. Okay, to start the motors, down and out starts the motors. And then we could either hit this automatic takeoff or just give it some throttle. And I'm going to check the stability. Stability looks good. So that compass calibration we did worked fine. And I'm going to get into the picture here. And we're going to take a photo. So pressing the photo button. I don't know if that took, but we're going to also use the app. I don't think the app button works actually, folks. Let's try the photo one more time. Again, that's recording to my phone via Wi-Fi. Now we're going to start the video recording. I'm going to start through the app. Or no, let's try it with the phone. Okay, it's recording through the controller. I see. Hit the controller button. So this is the video, let me sync it up, that the drone is capable of producing. Now, if this video looks fine today, I'm going to keep on producing this, or including this recorded video. But if it's, had problems like I had at home, I'm going to be replacing it with the screen recording from Mobazin that I'm seeing through FPV. So with that in mind, let me put my glasses on so I can see this drone while we're going outbound. Okay, so I can see it. And let's go up and out and see what type of range we can get with this. We'll fly outbound. Let me go up first, because I don't think we're going to get very good range. But now another thing, I can't tell the range. I'm just guessing it, folks. And the reason being, again, we have no telemetry. We'll go up a bit higher. And plop it right there for now. And we'll do a slow rotation around the area. And again, I apologize for the day, but the weather here at Erie is very unpredictable. And again, they say there's going to be a lot of wind the rest of the week, so I'm flying today while I can. Okay, so I notice I am getting Wi-Fi going in and out, so expect a lot of dropped frames here. But let's go outbound a bit, because I want to go over here and test the return to home. We'll go to the end of the field here. Right now I notice I've lost FPV reception, and we're at a range of about, I don't know, about 70 meters. So I lost it at about 50 to 60 meters. Let's see if I can rotate it and get it back. I'm rotating the drone, but no, reception's not coming back in. So let's do that automatic return to home by pressing the return to home button, which is this upper right. No, that's the right. Yeah, that's return to home. Pressing the return to home button here. Let's see if it returns to home. It is. It's coming back. Come a step back. We're going to see how accurate return to home is. And I'm going to also probably stop it before it hits the ground, as I do not want it to land on the wet grass. But did I get any FPV back yet? Not sure. I might have to restart the app. Okay, here's its accuracy. It looks to be about, it's not too bad. Not too bad of a return to home. Less than a meter. I'm going to stop it there. So that was a good return to home. But I had not received, gotten back reception. So I am going to land it, and I'm going to restart the app. Let me try to land it on this pad. There we go. So wait while I restart the app, and we'll resume the flight here. So hold on, folks. Okay, to regain the Wi-Fi back again, the FPV back again, I had to reconnect to the Wi-Fi from the drone. So it doesn't automatically rebind, in other words, if you lose, the app doesn't automatically sync up with the Wi-Fi again if you lose connection. So for the remainder of the flight, we are going to keep it close, okay, just to prevent that. Now, starting video recording again. I hope I didn't lose the other video recording, but we're going to do that. And starting the motors again. This time, let's try that automatic takeoff. Holding it down. No, that stopped it. Let's do a quick press. Okay, I guess this button is just for landing, automatic landing. So giving it throttle. Now I want to try these advanced features on this drone. Follow me, circle me, waypoints. Let's start with follow me. I'm going to get back a bit and press the follow me. And I am going to use GPS follow me. And hitting yes. Let's see if it works. And apparently not. Okay. Let's try optical follow me by pressing the top one. Hitting yes. And nope, that's not working either. Okay, so let's come out of that and stopping GPS. Let's try circle position and see if that works with the app. Okay, I do have my GPS turned on, but again, there are issues with this particular drone in that we don't have telemetry, and obviously these advanced flight control features don't seem to work. Let's try waypoints. Try that one, and again, I think it's saying it's not receiving my GPS, and that's probably because of the fault of the app. So, for the remainder of the flight, let's fly it around and demonstrate. Let me show you real quick that, you know, its 2-axis gimbal is working. Okay, left, right, see? It works up, back. It's holding my, you know, view, but again, the advanced features are not working. Okay, with that in mind, let's do it up and away, manual up and away. Pulling back and up. Up. And again, I'm not going to go out too far because I don't want to lose FPV reception. So coming back down and in again. So, you know, well, at this price, this is meant to, oh, there goes our low battery warning. So that, again, you don't get a super long flight time with this. But this drone, let me sync up the cameras. This drone is meant as a beginner's learn to fly drone. Again, it's here. Let's go a little bit further too. I want to see what it does on the low battery. But do not expect at this price range true 4K video. Obviously not. You're not going to get it. Do not expect super quality in the drone either, because to get this under 250 grams, they made a lot of what do you call it, engineering trade-offs to do that. And also to keep it at a low price range, they made a lot more engineering trade-offs. So there are going to be some issues in this lower price range. Namely, the drone isn't too bad, but it's not a long flyer because of low battery. They put that smaller battery in there to keep the weight of the drone down. They do have a good gimbal on it, except that ribbon cable. They didn't think too well on that ribbon cable. That needs to be adjusted. So we do have pan or tilt of the drone. I didn't demonstrate that, and I'm not going to, because if I want here, I'll do it. What the heck? Let's lower the gimbal. I'll show you what I mean. Lowering the gimbal. Okay, can I get it back? Oh, I can get it back up again. I lied. Okay, what I did, folks, was I adjusted the ribbon cable and pushed it back so this gimbal now works. But it wasn't working before. But I can lower it and raise it. But out of the box, that ribbon cable was obstructing the workings of the gimbal. The apps that they give you, there's two options. One of them doesn't work. Again, that was RC GPS, and then LW Pro was the only one of the two apps that actually worked with this. And LW Pro obviously has some issues that they need to correct. So, particularly the recording of this video. I know that the video is probably looking bad, the recorded video, not the screen recording, but but that is because of the app, not necessarily the drone. So they need to fix up the app, and also they need to include an instruction manual with the drone. That's just not right. So that's the L106. Okay, for the remainder of the flight, just, what I'm going to do now is increase the rates, the angle. That's the angle. Here's the rates. Let's bump it up. Now let's do some sport flying. Okay, this is high rate. We'll go until it either drops or does something else. Oh, I don't have control of it anymore. What's it doing? It's doing its return to home and landing. So that's a low battery return to home and landing. And that'll be the flight time. Let me stop the video recording. Video recording stopped. So that is the flight of the L106 GPS drone, LYZRCs, under 250 gram drone. So hope you enjoyed this flight. Let me sync up the cameras one more time. 1, 2, 3. Hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 back here with a final word. Sorry. If you notice, we finally have color in the video. And how did I do this? Well, I got another app to work with this particular drone. This is the Eachine Pro app on Google Play and iTunes, used for Eachine drones. It does seem to work in terms of color, recording color from the video, a reasonable looking color. However, if you notice in the upper portion there, upper portion of the recorded screen, you'll notice there's still no telemetry information. So the drone is still not transmitting telemetry information to the app. So that the drone still has some issues that LYZRC needs to work out here regarding this, either the app or the drone. I'm not sure why it's not showing the telemetry. And because it's not showing telemetry, I doubt that the advanced flight control features are going to work until that's corrected. So, well, that's the LYZRC final word on it. L106, or yeah, it's 106, I believe. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.